What's up, guys? My name is TechnoTuner, and I am here today with my Synchron deck profile. This is not for Genesis. This is pure Synchron Turbo into big board situation. This is a deck that has been asked for multiple times given the whole Genesis deck profile, and I'm sorry for taking so long to get it to you guys. The one thing that I was waiting for was for a few cards to come in. They got lost in the mail, so I had to wait for them to come back in after reordering them. So, once again, I'm super sorry for the delay on that, but I wanted to at least bring it to you guys today while I still had a chance. Since all the cards are in, let's go ahead and explain a little bit more about the deck. This deck has a full board capability of, as many have seen from 5Ds, to be able to establish really big boards from the Warrior, Stardust, and other Synchro line aspects. This deck has full board capability of getting revives back, establishing big boy beaters, or just really working with its full deck capability while you're using junk speeder to get out 4 or 5 tuners. You have that full board capability to really build your board however you see fit. There is not one way to build a Synchron deck, as Synchron is one of those decks that can be built in various ways, from junk speeder OTK to junk Synchron to junk Warrior OTK. You can also do Stardust, you can do Dragon Synchro. There is even Dark Synchro, which you can do with the Resonators and other monsters as well. While this deck has a lot of innate capability to give you multiple different boards in which you can play, this deck I have narrowed down to where it fits more along my playstyle, but please feel free to edit it any way you see fit. The one thing that I will state is this deck is super fun to play and can be modified in any way, shape, or form to basically fit your playstyle. While this deck is currently running 45 cards, if I remember correctly, we'll go ahead and explain what each card does as we go through it. Anyways, let's hop right on in to our main deck. So, starting off with our main deck, of course, we're playing the one main Synchron that has been here since the start. It is Junk Synchron. When this card is normal or special, when it is normal summon, not special summon. When this card is normal summon, you can target one level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon that card or that target in defense position. But it has its effects negated. That's perfectly fine because what we're going to be utilizing it for is to go into that level 5 Synchro. Up next, of course, we're playing that full speed Warrior level 2 monster. Monsters you control that mention Junk Warrior or are a Synchro monster with the Warrior in its original name gain 900 attack during your battle phase only. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 Junk Synchron or 1 spell and trap that mentions Junk Warrior from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of full speed Warrior once per turn. This card is super good for the archetype because it allows you to search out some main staples that you need. We'll get to those later on, as they are spells. As for another package that I'm playing to allow us to go into our level 3 Synchros pretty easily, we're playing 3 Righty Driver. For a Synchro summon, you can substitute this card for any one Synchron tuner. If this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 Lefty Driver from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can only use this effect of Righty Driver once per turn. Since we got Righty Driver, we have to include the 1 Lefty Driver, as if this card is special summoned, you can make this card become level 3 until the end of this turn. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from the graveyard, add 1 Righty Driver from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Lefty Driver once per turn. We're not going to use that banish effect, but we do have full board capability now of going into our level 3 Synchros, which can help us out greatly. Up next, for more Synchrons, we're playing 2 Stardust Synchron. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you contribute 1 monster, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Synchro monsters. If this card is no more special summon, you can add 1 spell or trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists Stardust Dragon in its text. You can only use each effect of Stardust Synchron once per turn. While giving us the capability of a revivable Synchron, it does give us a level 4 monster to further extend if we need to. Next up, of course, we're playing 2 Scrap Synchron. For a Synchro summon, you can substitute this card for any 1 Synchron tuner. You can only use each of the following effects of Scrap Synchron once per turn. If you Synchro summon a monster that mentions a Synchron tuner as material, this card in your hand can also be used as material. If a monster or monsters you control that mention Junk Warrior or is a Synchro monster with Warrior in its original name would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard instead to protect it. So this card is very beneficial as it swaps out for a tuner of a Synchron, just like how a Righty Driver does, but it gives us the capability of getting extra protection and also Synchro from hand by using it from our hand. So if we have Full Speed Warrior on the board and Scrap Synchron in our hand, we have capability of getting Scrap Synchron and Full Speed Warrior, send them both to the graveyard to go into our Scrap Warrior. All right. Next up, we're playing the 1 Assault Synchron. During your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand, then take 700 damage. Also, while it is face up in the monster zone, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except Synchro monsters. That's not a problem because that's all we're going to be doing. If a face-up dragon Synchro monster you control is tributed or banished, except during the damage step, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of those monsters, special summon it. You can only use each effect of Assault Synchron once per turn. Next up, we're playing 1 Revolution Synchron. If you sync or summon a Power Tool monster or a level 7 or 8 dragon monster, this card in your hand can also be used as material. You can only use this effect of Revolution Synchron once per turn. If you control a level 7 or higher Synchro monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon this card. Also, its level becomes 1. You can only use this effect of Revolution Synchron once per duel. So, 2 good utility Synchrons, which can further help us extend our plays, but also give us the capability to really work with what we have on board. For the final 2 Synchron monsters that we're playing that are tuners, we're playing 1 Jet Synchron. If this card is sent to the graveyard as Synchro material, you can add 1 junk monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can also use 1 Jet Synchron effect per turn and only once that turn. While giving us capability to search junk Synchron, it's basically got a Stardust Synchron effect to revive it from graveyard, which can further help us in our extensions. Next up, we're playing 1 Satellite Synchron. You can swap this for a Wheel Synchron. I'm playing Satellite because if a monster is special summoned from your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If a Synchro monster with the Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust is in its original name on your field or graveyard, you can make this card's level become 4 until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect of Satellite Synchron once per turn. So being able to get a modifiable Synchron can further help us with our plays, but also allow us to go further beyond. Up next for the non-tuner aspect of the deck, we're playing 3 Junk Converter. You can discard this card in 1 tuner, add 1 Synchron monster from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a Synchro material, you can target 1 tuner in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position, but it cannot activate its effects this turn. You can only use each effect of Junk Converter once per turn. So being able to be revived and sent off to allow you to revive another tuner can help you further extend on your plays, but also turning any dead tuner into your hand into one that you can search. It's wonderful and gives you full board capability of getting into the graveyard to then search Junk Synchron, summon the Junk Converter, go into that Junk Speeder line. That helps out immensely. Up next, we're playing 2 Doppel Warrior. A lot of people can play this at 3. I played it 2. When a monster is special summoned from your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as Synchro material, you can special summon 2 Doppel tokens. Warrior Dark level 1, attack 400, defense 400, attack position. Once again, great extender, giving you that full board capability of being able to summon it once a monster is revived from the graveyard. But on Synchro summon, when it is sent as a Synchro material, you get 2 tokens, which are level 1s, which can help with your awkward plays if you're trying to go into a level 7, 8, 9, etc. Up next, of course, we're on to our one-ofs. That one-of is Stardust Trail. If a monster you control is tributed except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand or a graveyard, but banish it when it leaves the field. If a Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust Synchro monster is Synchro summoned using this card as material, you can special summon 1 Stardust token, Dragon Light level 1, attack 0, defense 0. You can only use each effect Stardust Trail once per turn. Once again, another token generator, but a level 4 body that can further help us with extensions. Up next, we got Anchorbolt Hedgehog. If you control a Junk Warrior or a monster that mentions it, except Anchorbolt Hedgehog, and this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can special summon this card in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Synchro monsters. You can only use this effect of Anchor Bolt Hedgehog once per turn. Once again, giving us another extender can further help us break through those boards that we need to and help us continue on. The last two 1-ofs that we're playing, one of them is Crossroads Sonic Chick. If a tuner is sent to your graveyard, even during the damage step, you can special summon it, even if not, but banish it when it leaves the field. Then, if Junk Warrior or a monster that mentions it, except this card, is on the field, you can change all monsters your opponent controls with 1900 attack or more to defense position. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except Synchro monsters. You can only use this effect as Crossroads Sonic Chick once per turn. Once again, giving us another innate capability of getting another extender onto the board, but also being able to chain block if we need to. Sorry, I got a lot of monsters here, so they're a little extending off the board. Speaking of extenders. Anyways, folks, hopping into our last 1-of before we go into some utility cards. We're playing one Synchron Carrier. During your main phase, you can normal summon one Synchron monster. In addition to your normal summoner set, you can only gain this effect once per turn. If another Synchron monster is sent to the graveyard as Synchro material for the Synchro summon of a warrior or machine type Synchro monster, while you control this card, you can special summon one Synchron token, Machine, Earth, level 2, attack 1000, defense 0. You can only use this effect as Synchron Carrier once per turn. So, being able to give you an additional normal summon to trigger the Junk Synchron, but also giving you the capability of getting a token on board that'll further help you extend is very helpful indeed. That's all the actual Synchron monsters that I'm playing, but I am playing some hand traps in here as well. Those being 3 Effect Veiler. During your opponent's main phase, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, then target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate the effects of that face-up monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. The other one that I'm playing is 3 Ash Blossom. So, when a card or effect is activated that includes any of these effects, quick effect, you can discard this card, negate that effect. Add one card from your deck to your hand, special summon this card from the deck, send a card from the deck to the graveyard. You can only use this effect of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring once per turn. If you are wanting to completely cut these hand traps from the deck, you are more than welcome to, as you can run a Wheel Synchron in there as your 40th card, because this will put you down to 39, and then it'll give you full board capability of having enough monsters and tuners to really work with. Anyways, that's all I got for the monsters. Let's go ahead and hop right into our spells and traps. All right, for our next bit here, we're going to be going into our spells. For our spells, we're going to be playing 3 Synchro Fellowship. Add 2 monsters from your deck to your hand, 1 Junk Synchron, and 1 monster that mentions Junk Warrior or Stardust Dragon. Then discard 1 card. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Synchro monster you control, reduce its level by 1. Then you can normal summon 1 Synchron monster during your main phase this turn. In addition to your normal summoner set, you can only gain this effect once per turn. You can only activate 1 Synchro Fellowship per turn. So while this card is very helpful for the archetype, it is an innate searcher, but also being able to give you an additional normal summon for that Junk Synchron to trigger off effects. Next up, of course, we're playing the 3 tuning. Add 1 Synchron tuner from your deck to your hand, then send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. This giving you the capability of searching for any of those tuners that you need access to, but also getting you a body into the graveyard for your Junk Synchron plays, or just further graveyard shenanigans, such as Stardust Synchron, Stardust Trail, Jet Synchron, etc. Next up, for our final 3-of spell, we're playing 3 Forbidden Droplet. Send a number of other cards from your hand and or field to the graveyard. Choose that many effect monsters your opponent controls, and until the end of this turn, their attack is halved. Also, their effects are negated. In response to this card's activation, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects of cards with the same original type, monster, spell, or trap, as the cards sent to the graveyard to activate this card. You can only activate 1 Forbidden Droplet per turn. So, giving us further board negation, but also giving us capability to OTK if we need to. As for the power 1-ofs, we're playing 1 Reinforcement of the Army. Add a level 4 or lower warrior monster from your deck to your hand. 1 Synchro Rumble. Target 1 tuner or level 7 or 8 dragon synchro monster in your graveyard. Special summon in defense position. Also for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except synchro monsters. If a level 7 or 8 Synchro Dragon, Synchro Monster, or Crimson Dragon you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. You can only activate one Synchro Rumble per turn. And then finally, we have the one Stardust Illumination. Send one Stardust monster from your deck to the graveyard, or if you control Stardust Dragon or a Synchro monster that lists Stardust Dragon in its text, you can special summon it instead. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Stardust monster you control, increase or decrease its level by 1 until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect of Stardust Illumination once per turn. So, while we're not playing any traps, all these spells function as really good extenders or board breakers. If you're wanting to add more, I would recommend Lightning Storm, Raigeki, Harpy's Feather Duster, anything to break that board so you can go in and do as much damage as possible. So that's all that I have for the spells. Let's go ahead and hop right into our extra deck. All right, hopping into our extra deck. Of course, we're playing that one Scrap Warrior. It requires a Scrap Synchron and one or more non-tuner monsters. Monsters you control that mention Junk Warrior or Synchro Monster with Warrior in their original name cannot have their activate effects negated except Scrap Warrior. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can take one Junk Synchron or one card that mentions Junk Warrior from your deck, either add to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You can only use this effect to Scrap Warrior once per turn. So being able to further extend, but also keeping your monsters' effects from being negated can further help us out a lot. Up next, of course, we're playing the one Martial Metal Marcher. One tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can target one tuner in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position, but negates effects. You can only use each of this effect of Martial Metal Marcher once per turn. A Synchro monster that uses this card as material is treated as a tuner while face up on the field. So, if you're looking to further extend for tuners or anything like that, Martial Metal Marcher can help you out greatly. Of course, next up we're putting our card draw in, which is TG Hyper Librarian. One tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. When a monster is Synchro Summoned, draw one card. This card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve this effect. Then, of course, we're playing the Junk Speeder. One Synchron tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can special summon as many Synchron tuners as possible at different levels from your deck. In defense position, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Synchron monsters. The turn you activate this effect, when an attack is declared involving this card that was Synchro Summoned, this turn and another monster, you can make this card's attack become double its original attack until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect of Junk Speeder once per turn. So basically, this is our board establishment, to where we're going to be using Junk Speeder to get out a bunch of tuners to further work with. TG Hyper Librarian is our card draw whenever a monster is Synchro Summoned. So it's either you or your opponent, you get a card draw, which can further help you out greatly. Next up, of course, we're playing one Excel Synchron. One tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can send one Synchron monster from your deck to the graveyard, then activate one of these effects. Increase this card's level by the level of the sent monster, or reduce the card's level of the sent monster. During your opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolve, Synchro Summon one monster using materials, including this card you control. This is a quick effect. You can only Synchro Summon Excel Synchrons, so one or the other, once per turn. So, being able to drop this to a level 2, and you have these two on the board, you can turn this into a level 12 Quasar pretty easily during your opponent's turn, which can make it a lot more difficult for your opponent. Next up, we've of course got Stardust Charge Warrior, level 6. It's one tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. When this card is Synchro Summoned, you can draw one card. You can only use this effect of Stardust Charge Warrior once per turn. This card can attack all special summon monsters your opponent controls once each. Once giving you a capability of extra card draw, but it's a 2000 byte that can attack all monsters, can help out greatly. Next up, of course, we're playing that one Ancient Fairy Dragon. One tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can special summon a level 4 or lower monster from your hand. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. Once per turn, you can destroy as many field spells on the field as possible, and if you do, gain 1000 life points. Then you can add one field spell from your deck to your hand. This card is the Synchro Extender that gives us an additional monster on the field to keep our plays going. Next up, of course, we're playing the one Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can special summon level 2 or lower tuner monster from your graveyard during the main phase. Quick effect, you contribute this card, special summon Stardust Dragon from your extra deck. This is treated as a Synchro Summon Then immediately after this effect resolves, Synchro Summon using monsters you control as material. For the rest of this turn, the monsters Synchro Summoned by this effect are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. You can only use each effect of Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon once per turn. So, giving us the capability of getting a level 2 tuner to go into our level 10s. But also, this wouldn't be a Synchron deck without that Stardust Dragon. One tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. When a card or effect is activated, that would destroy a card or cards on the field. Quick effect. You contribute this card, negate the activation. If you do, destroy it during the end phase. If this effect was activated this turn and was not negated, you can special summon this card from your graveyard, giving you a extra 2,500 body on the board that protects you from Raigeki, Raigeki or Lightning Storm, which can further help you out greatly. Going into our level 10s, we're playing one Satellite Warrior. One tuner plus one or more non-tuner synchro monsters. If this card is synchro summoned, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of synchro monsters in your graveyard. Destroy them. And if you do, this card gains 1,000 attack for each card destroyed. If this card is synchro summoned, if this synchro summon card is destroyed, you can special summon up to 3 level 8 or lower warrior, synchron, and or stardust synchro monsters with different names from your graveyard. You can only use each effect of Satellite Warrior once per turn. So, outside of potentially being a really big beater and getting multiple pops off, this card allows you to revive up to 3 level 8 monsters, which can further help you greatly. Well, 8 or lower. Next up, we're playing one Bestial Despoter, one tuner, and one or more non-tuner dragon monsters. You can target one banished light or dark monster, special summon to your field. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can target one banished card shuffled into the deck. Then if you shuffle it into the deck, destroy that monster, or if you shuffle it into your opponent's deck, negate that activated effect. You can only use each effect of Bestial Despoter once per turn. So, once again, giving you that full capability for extra negation. Our next level 10 is going to be Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon. One tuner synchro monster plus one non-tuner clearwing monster. We're not getting this out via the normal method, so I'll explain as we go. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, except during damage step, quick effect, you can activate this effect until the end of this turn. This face-up card is unaffected by that activated effects of your opponent's monsters. Also, this card gains attack equal to that monster's original attack. Once per turn, when a spell or trap card or effect is activated, quick effect, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. If this synchro summon card you control is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card, you can add one wind monster from your deck to your hand. So, the next card that we're playing is Jurishin, the Cursed Thunder God. One tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. Each time your opponent activates a card or effect, gain 300 life points. When it resolves during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can pay 1,500 life points and tribute this card, then activate one of these effects. Destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Destroy all face-up spells and traps your opponent controls. You can only use this effect of Jurishin, the Cursed Thunder God, once per turn. Basically, being able to give you extra life points, but being able to do a board wipe can help out greatly. Now, for those that were wondering how are we getting into the Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon, that card is going to be due to Crimson Dragon. If this card is special summoned, you can add one spell or trap that mentions Crimson Dragon from your deck to your hand. Quick effect, you can target one level 7 or higher synchro monster on the field, except Crimson Dragon, return this card to the extra deck, and if you do, special summon one Dragon Synchro monster from your extra deck with the same level as that targeted monster. This is treated as a synchro summon. You can only use each effect of Crimson Dragon once per turn. So by being able to target our Satellite Warrior or Bestial Despoter, we can get out Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon pretty easily. And then, of course, for our final card of the deck, we have Shooting Quasar Dragon. One tuner synchro monster plus two or more non-tuner synchro monsters. Must be synchro summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card's maximum number of attacks per battle phase equals the number of non-tuner monsters used as its synchro material. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. When this card leaves the field, you can special summon one Shooting Star Dragon from your extra deck. While I'm not playing the Shooting Star Dragon, I am playing the Quasar, which can further help us seal out games because it's a 4K attacker that can attack up to at least twice, but it gives us more board presence and an Omni Negate as well. Once again, guys, this is what I have for today's deck profile. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and also please feel free to modify this in any way, shape, or form you see fit to best fit your playstyle. If you like the video, please feel free to leave a like. I try to get around to read everybody's comments as they come in. Anyways, guys, I hope I'll see you all in the next one.